yarny people. Welcome to episode 3 of Hooked on Needles. My name is Sewrella, and welcome to those who are new, and welcome back to those who have been watching the last couple of episodes. I am here to talk about some knitting and some crocheting, and so far that's as far as I have been brave enough to venture into hobby wise. But not too much has been going on the last couple of weeks, or a week and a half, I guess it's been. Did a couple of things, got a couple of things done, and I do have 2 works in progress, not much, and I think I need to make a better list for my Christmas gifts again. I'm still so confused about it. I never know what to make. Anyways, let's jump in with finished objects. I have a couple hats. First, let me show you this one. I made this one. It is called the Thomas hat. It is a pattern on Ravelry. Although on Ravelry, hers comes out really slouchy. I'll put the name of it on here if you guys want to look for it. Hers came out more slouchy than mine. I guess it was the yarn I was using. I used Lion Brand's Wool Ease. I got a whole bunch of this because there was a store nearby that was going out of business, and so they were just getting rid of everything. So I have a lot of this yarn just because it was like $1 or less. And that's the kind of yarn I used for this hat. It is going to be a Christmas gift, and I was thinking about it being a gift for, I don't know if it's going to be big enough, but for my sister-in-law's boyfriend. Yeah, I kind of want to make them something to match, but I'm not sure. That was the Thomas hat. And then also from Ravelry, I did the quick Ombre hat. And there, it's a free pattern. These are both free patterns. But use the same yarn. And this one I started it. I put a little pom-pom on it. I started it not really knowing what to do on the trip I took with my sister. I told you guys last time I was going to go on a trip. And we went on a trip with our kids, took them down to Legoland, had a very relaxing couple of days. And it was a long drive, so I was just kind of like, it started off as just a whatever hat. And I didn't follow the pattern exactly. I just kind of went with the repeat. It was like a 4 stitch repeat. So I cast on, I don't even remember how many I cast on. I just like knitting. I just wanted to do something. So it started off with just like a brim. And then I had gotten like halfway, or I finished the brim and then did a couple of rows when we got back from a trip. And so I went on Ravelry and started looking for something I could make that could fit with the amount of stitches I had. So I found that one, and it worked out great. I had just the right number, and I think it was like 2 or 3 repeats more than what it calls for. It calls for 84, so I probably had like somewhere in the 90s. Just because I usually add on 1 or 2 repeats to the hats, even if I'm following the pattern, and that's something I realized. I rarely ever follow the pattern exactly. Just because I never really do swatches either, and I've never really made anything that needed a swatch. I just kind of go by how it feels. I don't know how to describe it. Like, if I cast on the 84, I sometimes have a feeling like, no, it's gonna be too small. And this one actually is the one that I followed the pattern, and I did do exactly, and it came out smaller. So on hers, it's slouchy, but mine is not so slouchy. So I think if I do it again, I may end up going up a needle size. Like I said, I used the one, so it calls for 4.5 for the brim and then 5.5 for the rest of the hat. So I may end up having to go to, oh no, I used 5s for this, so maybe that was it. So if I do use the 5.5s, then maybe it would come out better. So maybe I'll give this a go again, and yeah, there's plenty of people I can give hats to, so maybe I will give that another go. But then this one I really liked. It was really easy, and I made this one, and then I made this one, and this one I combined the two different yarns. I don't know if that's this one is, I love this yarn, and then this one is what is it called? Big Twist. And I got it a while ago. The yellow I got a while ago when there was a sale on it, and I got yellow, I got a teal color, and I got some gray, just because for some reason those colors were calling my name that day. But this one I didn't put a pom-pom on, and this one came out like really or not really slouchy, but way slouchier than the other one. But I really like it. I think it is really, really cute. Like I said, I have plenty of people to give hats to. And so yeah, so those are the 3 hats, knitted hats. Those are knitted. And that's what I've been up to with those hats. Knitting wise, also, I did finish these 2, but they're, I guess, halfway finished. I don't know, 3/4 finished. I just have to go back in and do the heels. So I know people have second sock syndrome or whatever, where you don't finish the second sock. Is there such a thing as the heel syndrome, where you don't finish the heels? Because I've never made a pair of socks. I am very intimidated about going back in, and now I am questioning if this was the best thing to do for your first pair of socks, or for my first pair of socks. Maybe I should have really looked up a pattern and followed it exactly, because I honestly just kind of wung it with these. I started off with the 12 stitches with Judy's Magic Cast On, and then just went to 60, increased till I got to 60, then went straight up, and then just did a 1 by 1, and then bound off. And so I didn't really follow anything, and I don't know, I think I'm just really bad at following patterns. Even if I read it and I attempt it, like, they don't come out the way they're supposed to. So I don't know, I just gave this a go, and so far so good. I'm just really like second guessing the whole heel thing, but hopefully next time I talk to you guys, these will be completely done. We will see. Anyways, okay, so now I do have a couple of crocheted things. I knitted those hats and then I was knitted out. So I wanted something kind of quick and mindless and just kind of like, let's see what happens thing. So I looked up a pattern for the puff stitch. I had made a hat before a little while ago for my daughter, a puff stitch hat, and so the one I made for her started in the middle on the top, on the crown of the head, and then it would grow out. But this one, I looked up a video on YouTube, so I will try to put a link below. If not, I'll just put the name on there. And I say try because I'm not very techy, so I will give it a try and put a link down there. But if I can't, I will put the name of the channel and then you can look at the stuff. But anyway, so I looked up a pattern for a puff stitch hat. And this is the one I got. And it's a puff slouchy. So it is a little slouchy. And I really liked it. And so I got 2 balls. This is also Big Twist. This was actually the leftover for this. And then I also made a cowl to go with it. And so again, I just looked up puff stitch cowl. And I got this one, and I also got it from YouTube. So like I said, I will try put links below. But I wanted something that would go together. So I made the little set. So this will be going to one of the mini nieces. And I actually have more nieces than I thought. Because my sister got married and her husband came along with 3 girls. And we don't see them very often, so I didn't include them in my niece list, but I do care for those girls, and so I do make them stuff, and I felt bad because I remembered that I didn't put them in my niece count, and they definitely count. So I don't only have 7 nieces, I have 11 nieces. 10 nieces. Oh my gosh, I don't know how to add. 10 nieces. 7 plus 3 is 10. I have 10 nieces. And so, yeah. No, but I think it is 11. Holy cow. Too many people to remember. Oh my gosh. Okay. I think it is 11. I know, it is 10. It is 10 nieces. I have 10 of them. So anyway, so this will be going to one of the older ones. And yeah, so this is what one of them is gonna get. And I really liked it. I think I may end up making another set and sending one to one side and then one to the other. On my side, I have 4 nieces. On my husband's side, there's 6. So yeah, I think one for each side will be good. And then I also started on the younger nieces stuff, and I looked up the mermaid tail patterns and stuff, or videos, I should say, not patterns, videos on YouTube. And I actually had made this one before. I made it for my daughter. And I liked it because it works up real quick, and it's just, again, like really mindless. You don't have to think about it too much when you're doing it. For my daughters, I used 3 strands of yarn, but for this one I just did 2. And so I followed, oh my gosh, I forgot her name. She is Aoyama Crochet, and it has subtitles in English if you want to give it a look. And I have followed videos before, like in Portuguese and German and stuff, and I mean, when you're a crocheter and you know the stitches, you don't really need to know what exactly they're saying. You just kind of look and you can tell, like, oh, they're putting in 3 double crochets in that spot, or it's a single crochet. So I kind of want to encourage you that even if you don't understand her, and or with other videos, like even if you don't know what they're saying, just by looking at them you can end up making the same thing, and then you can just write up the pattern afterwards or make notes on it and say, like, oh yeah, this is, they put in 3 stitches or whatever. Anyways, but yeah, so I did the mermaid tail and I used red heart, and again I use a lot of acrylic just because I gift a lot of my stuff, and so it's just easy to keep up with. And look at the tail. I really like it. My daughter snuggles up with it and reads, and so I'm thinking I'm gonna give them this and then maybe a little gift card to, I don't know, a bookstore or something. That way they can use it and snuggle up on it. But I did finish this one, and I started the other one. I'm gonna make 3 of these, and I was gonna try to do 2 different patterns, but I really didn't like the one I was using. The other one I was using was the like little fan stitch, but I didn't like it. So I think I'm just gonna end up doing the same thing where because for that one I used a solid pink and then did the variegated purplish, bluish, pinkish one. And then for the second one, and it should turn out, I ended up doing this, and it's a solid dark pink and a variegated one here. I still have these because I'm working on it. And again, it's just acrylic red heart super saver. And this one is shocking pink. And this one is bonbon print. But yeah, so this is the one I'm using, and I love it. I think they are both really pretty, but I think this one's my favorite. I think I like this one a little bit better than this one, even though purple is my favorite color and it has it. But I just like how this one's working up. So I'm going to finish that finish that one, and then I need to start on another one. And the other one actually is going to be smaller because these girls, the ones that are getting this one and the other one that I'm making, they are, I think, 9 years old, 8 or 9 years old. So it needed to be a little bit long. Okay, sorry. So the third one will be smaller than these 2 because it's going to a between 5 and 6 years old. So yeah. And then my sister gave me her blanket back. She got this yarn, big blanket. It's really, really soft. I could cuddle with that one. Anyways, but she wanted a lap blanket to just keep on her couch. And so I made her this. I did the Tunisian stitch, and this, it's not that big. It's less than my entire arm's length. Okay, like that. And it's a square, so it's the same. But she wanted it bigger, and this was actually, I think this is 4 or 5 balls of it. So she ended up getting 2 more balls for me, and she wanted me to add on to it. But I had already made a border on it. And nothing fancy, just a single crochet stitch all around. So she gave me a little bit of a challenge because I'm gonna have to add on to it. So I don't know. I'm not really sure how to do it. I was thinking of maybe making like a straight on each side and just attaching it, because ideally I think she would want me to go around it, because that's how you make it. You go around. You start off with one little square, then you make lots of them around it. But I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think I will be able to do that because I, stitched it off. I woven the end, and so I'm a little apprehensive about doing that. But we will see. I will be working on it and seeing what I end up doing. It's really cute. I really like the color. She picked it out. Like I said, she got it and she was like, "Can you make me this?" I was like, "Sure." It works up really fast because for this I used a 10mm hook. So super, super fast, but you also run out of yarn really fast. So 2 balls, I'm not really sure how much bigger it's gonna get, just because, like I said, it uses up a lot of the yarn. But we will see. So, yeah, I think that's it. That's all I have for you today. I was gonna talk to you guys about the sweater I'm supposed to be making for my daughter. Like I said, she likes the big oversized sweaters, and I was making her this one, but I think I'm gonna frog it and do something else, something that's gonna be worked up quicker, because yeah, I haven't really been working on it too much, and I'm discouraged by it. I think it's not moving fast enough for me. And also, I'm not really following a pattern. I'm just kind of doing whatever. So, since she wants one, like she wants me to be done with it already, I think I'm just going to end up making a big granny square and then turning it into a sweater, because that I could be done in like 2 or 3 days, depending on how much I work on it. And so I think I may just end up doing that. I still am not done deciding what else I'm going to end up doing for Christmas, which is what I was saying about me needing to make a better list. And I think I need to get organized, because I do have quite a bit of hats made, and I need to see what's going where and to whom. And yeah, my sister will be going to Mexico to visit our mother, and I have 3 nephews in Mexico, so I wanted to make them something. Last year, I sent them just 1x1 ribbed hats, and I just striped them, like either, a couple of rows of one color and then a couple of rows of the other, or alternating like 2 colors. And I used the colors of their favorite soccer teams, so they really liked them, and so I wanted to make them something else, but I wanted to do something maybe a little more, not complicated, but just so that it looks a little more complicated, because just stripes is, we know it's not that difficult. But it was something new for me at the time, and I really enjoyed doing it. And then with these hats, I really liked doing the color work. When I first started doing it, I would pull my stitches so badly that I would end up like, with no stretch in it at all. But now it does stretch because I have a really pretty little, nice, even, what is it called? The carried yarn in here. So I'm really proud of myself because I have been getting better at that. And I really do enjoy it. I told you guys I was a continental knitter. And so whenever I do two colors, I actually just separate them with my fingers, but have both of the ends on this one. And then I just alternate between them. I'm trying to see if I can show you. I have this yarn, and so I will put them in like this, so pretend that these are two different colors. So they will be separated by my middle finger, and then I will hold it like this. So then when I'm holding it, I just pick it up either this way or this way and just grab them. So it's not that difficult for me to do the color work and color changing, and I really do enjoy it. And there are some really, really pretty patterns out there, and I need to really work on my confidence on the things that I can do, because I second guess myself so much. And seeing like all these other people's podcasts and all of the beautiful, beautiful things that they do, it really blows my mind, because when they talk about it, I'm like, oh, I could do that. But it's like, once I think like, yeah, I could do that, and then I want to start it, then I'm like, oh my gosh, could I really do this? So I'm really proud of myself because I have been doing different things now, and I am so happy with the socks that I have so far, even though they're not finished, just because I never thought about making socks like a reality. Like, I thought about making socks, but I was like, that's something that I guess people do. I just never thought I would be one of those people. So I am really, really happy that I have started doing that. And I think I'm going to start making, 1 or 2 bags. I do want to make bags for some of the girls. And again, just big, like, oversized bags that they can take. Some of my nieces live in Florida, so I'm pretty sure they go to the beach or to the pools or whatever. So I wanted to make them something that they could put all their stuff in, like a beach bag or something, and just kind of go. So we will see if I actually get that started. And yeah, I should be starting on the little poncho thing for the youngest of all the nieces soon. I'm waiting for my friend, because she's the one who actually gave me the pattern, and or told me about it, I should say, because she was having a little bit of trouble reading it. And so I asked her if she was serious about doing it. I would be like, I'm ready to go. I have the yarn and the needles and the pattern, so let's do this. But she sews and she knits and crochets, and so she's been working on other stuff. So she was like, give me a little bit to get all my stuff finished, and then we will see. So while I've been waiting is why I've been doing everything else, because I can't sit still. Even if I'm watching a show, like, my hands need to be moving. And yeah, I just have a hard time like not doing anything. So even sometimes I'll just make like whatever's uh just to do something. I've been keeping my crochet needles or whatever, tapestry needles on just little things like this. Um just because like I need something to do, so I'll get the scraps and I'll just make little squares, little coaster wannabes, and then I'll, just put the stitches on there, the stitch markers on there. The needles, like I said, just to be doing something, to have something done. So yeah. But yeah, so again, thank you guys for coming to spend a little bit of time with me. I know that I don't give you guys a lot of variety, but it's okay. I really enjoy watching podcasts just to see what people are up to. And yeah, so I hope you guys have an okay time, have a decent time with me. I say decent because I'm just not like a crazy party person or whatever. So I have mellowed out so much in the last couple of years. Like, yeah, I just to me, a really nice night with my husband is staying in and maybe popping a movie in, and just kind of hanging out with some Coke and whiskey, honestly. um, and yeah, like I don't really want to go out or do much. So that's also why I wanted to do this, to kind of open myself up to new people and get to see what you guys are up to, like with social media and stuff. So please follow me on Instagram. I love going through there and just seeing all of the pictures and all the stuff that people do. Like I said, it blows my mind and it keeps me going and gives me ideas of stuff to do. Although most likely, like I said, I do question myself about whether I can do it or not, but I will give stuff a go. So yeah, and I will see you guys in another 2 weeks. I record 1 week and then don't record the next one, so that's how I'm doing that. I think that's every 2 weeks. I don't know. I will see you guys in a couple more, and like at least a week and a half. Just because, like I said, I won't record next week, but the week after that I will. And Halloween is coming up, so I'm excited about that. Don't know what I'm gonna be doing for Halloween. I usually don't like over decorate, like I'll put a pumpkin up or something, but I don't ever like go full out with skeletons and monsters or anything like that. Mostly because both of my kids hate it. Like they don't like the stuff. Like we have to avoid the Halloween aisles at the stores because they're both like flip out. I used to love it when I was younger, but they do not. So yeah, like I said, I don't know. We do celebrate Dia de los Muertos, but that actually is on that's in November actually. I think it's November 1st or 2nd. And it just recently started a couple years ago when my father and grandfather passed away. We started doing more of the ofrendas, which is like an altar, but for Dia de los Muertos, which is Day of the Dead. And it's not a spooky thing in Mexico. It's more of a honorary thing. You do it to remember your loved ones who have passed, and you basically have like a party. People go to the cemeteries in Mexico and we'll take music, take dishes, of, you know, like that the people who have passed liked. They decorate their grave sites, and it's more of a like a remembrance, honoring the people and remembering the people who have passed. So we can't really do that here in the US. So we will, like I said, make a little altar for them. And traditionally, you're supposed to light a candle for like every member, which is why some people have like lots and lots of candles on their altars. Um, and we don't really do that many, just because I like my kids being involved, and so they don't really remember anyone, besides like my grandparents and my dad. um so we don't have a lot of candles, but my sister puts up everyone. Like, I don't even know half of our family, compared to her. So, she has a really big, beautiful altar, and this year she wants to make it bigger, and she wants my other sister and I to contribute and make something. So, she wants me to make some doilies and stuff, so I think I may end up doing that. And yeah, she wants to make it bigger, like I said. So I think we're gonna end up making one here at our house and having a small one. Like I said, usually you make dishes that the deceased liked, and so you're supposed to make it. I don't like to leave them, because you're supposed to make the dish, leave it out for them that day, and you know, supposedly they come and visit you, and so that's why you have the food out as an offering. And then the next day you're supposed to eat it. Um, but I feel kind of weird leaving food out and then eating it. So last year I did do it. I ate some of the food that my dad liked, and my son did too, because my grandfather, he really liked gingerbread, and so we got little gingerbreads, and my son ate the gingerbread, which I guess it's not that bad to leave out, but some other food, like, I would be very apprehensive about trying. Um, but anyways, so yeah, like I said, I think we're gonna have a little altar, and then my sister will have her big altar. So anyways, Day of the Dead is my favorite holiday, as a Hispanic person, because I do like remembering, you know, our loved ones, and I feel like it's a celebration, not necessarily like to get down on ourselves about the people who have passed. So it's happy thoughts, happy things that we come up with about them and stuff. So I really, really like it. And so yeah, that'll be exciting. But I will let you guys know what we end up doing, and hopefully posting some pictures of our results. And yeah, I'm sorry I kind of just went on, but I hope you guys have a lovely week. And like I said, I will see you guys later. Don't forget to add me to Instagram. I like, seriously, you guys, I love looking at all of the pictures of people's projects that they're working on and stuff. So please, please, add me to your followings or whatever. I'm new to it, by the way. I just started Instagram like 3 months ago. It was during the summer, and my daughter wanted an account, so I was like, "You're only getting an account if I have an account." So originally my name was Here Under Protest because I am not big on social media stuff, and so I was like, I'm only here because of my daughter. But then I fell in love with freaking Instagram because of all the pictures and, like I said, all the stuff people put up of their yarny goodness and beautiful stuff that they do. So now I'm obsessed with Instagram, but that's okay. I will admit it. Yeah, so please follow me, and I will put the names and stuff on there. But yeah, so you guys take care. I really, like I said, I really do hope you guys have a good week, and good vibes to everybody. I love happy vibes and good vibes. So yeah, you guys take care, and I always say hasta la próxima, which means till next time. So yeah, hasta la próxima.